Everyone's going to get objections. Objections are a critical part of the sales process. It's a matter of how you handle those objections that's going to help you. And since we're talking about the discovery phase, we're going to talk about how you handle some of those objections when you get posed with them during the discovery conversation. You're going to love this episode. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast here on TSC TV on YouTube. I'm your host, your coach, your mentor, your guide down the sales journey, Mr. Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you. And on this episode, I have the one and only Brandon Bornancin. Brandon is the co-founder of an amazing company called Seamless.ai. And I highly recommend this tool. It's going to be useful for you in building leads. And Brandon and I are going to talk about that a little bit later on. But beyond that, Brandon's going to share with us his mentality, is whatever it takes mentality of, especially when it comes to this discovery part of the sales process. Brandon has a new book called Whatever It Takes, and you'll get a chance to hear about that as well. And you can see some of the links down below. Brandon's going to guide us on how we can handle some of those objections in the discovery phase, and also just beyond that, just objections in general, and why we need to and how we should do that. He has a strategy that he uses, and some of it may sound familiar, but I'm telling you, if you don't use it, then you won't see the results. Speaking about results, I would like for you, as you're seeing results, to go ahead and hit subscribe. Go ahead and do that right now. Hit subscribe to this podcast. Hit subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And go ahead and like this episode on this YouTube channel. I mean, it just goes a long way. And also hit the chime button. We'll notify you whenever we have a new episode coming out. So I appreciate you. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the content today with Brandon. Yeah, Brandon, pleasure to have you on the show, man. I bragged about you there in the teaser a little bit. I'm looking forward to talking about this topic, about effective handling objections during the discovery meeting. And you mentioned that this is something that many people don't talk about. Why?
Oh, man. You want to know, there's two things that made me a millionaire. And I don't say this to brag. I say it to help our audience, anyone tuning in right now to the Sales Evangelist podcast. You master these two things, you'll become a millionaire too. Number one, the list. You have to have a massive list of everyone you need to sell to. And that's why, we invented Seamless.ai. Two, the sole thing. And like when I was watching Queen's Gambit, I'm watching Tom Brady, when I'm watching all of this shit, The Matrix, the second biggest factor to becoming a millionaire or a billionaire in sales is your ability to master and anticipate sales objections. And it was the biggest thing that helped me double income every year, triple income every year, you name it. Yeah. I became obsessed. As Queen's Gambit became obsessed with playing chess, I became obsessed with sales objections and sales objection scripts. It's the sole thing outside of the list that will allow you to generate revenue. And people don't talk about it because they're scared and they're weak.
So let's go into that a little bit more. You said they're scared in that. Is it scared to answer them, or they're scared?
No, they're scared. They're scared like, oh, you're not allowed to overcome objections. You shouldn't overcome objections. You shouldn't try to combat with the prospect, all this bullshit. This like weak, soft culture that society has created. Like, if you have a product that will fundamentally change someone's life forever for the better, you have to know how to overcome, I'm not interested, no budget, it's too expensive, already working with someone, send me more info, call me back later, I'm not the right person, I have no budget. What's your guarantee, dude? If you have to be able to address all of these instantly, like you're living in the Matrix, like you're Keanu Reeves.
Yep. So
like when I'm on a sales call, it's like I'm in the Matrix and I've got 50, 100 ways to overcome this. And it's like playing in a Super Bowl championship game. Yep. You have to have the plays, the scripts, the strategies to address these things, to overcome these situations. And it's mainly just to open up your prospect's mind.
Yeah.
Everyone in the world is closed-minded. No one wants to change. No one wants to think about new ways to do something because we're all comfortable doing the easy thing, right? Like, I don't want to work out at 5 a.m. every day, but if I don't, I'm going to get fat. I don't want to eat healthy. If I don't, I get fat. Like, I do these things that I don't want to do every day, these uncomfortable things in life, in sales, and your prospects. If you've got a product that would change their life forever for the better, you have to help coach, train. It's like their trainer, their personal trainer at the gym.
Yeah.
You're the personal trainer to tell them, I'm not interested. Like, bullshit. You're doing the rep. I'm going to get you interested. This will change your life. We got to do it.
Yeah, it's you have this moral obligation now, and I see the same intensity and passion. It makes sense why you're this big believer in overcoming objections, because when I see your videos or see you on social media or just like even in the book, you could just hear your desire, because you believe emphatically that this will solve your clients' problems naturally. If they use the software, it'll be able to solve their problems. And if that's the case, then it's your moral obligation to be able to help me understand that. When it comes to objections, though, but you mentioned a couple times, you said scripts. How do you use script with your team to help them overcome objections during the discovery? Are they memorizing these, or just like guidance? Or give me some, because I'm hearing people are like, Donald, I don't want to use a script. Talk to me.
Yeah, great question. So one of the things I do, and let me mute this Slack real quick. One of the things that I do is I have the team, each salesperson, whether it's an SDR and AE, open up a Google Doc.
Yeah.
And list out. So Google Docs is really great because they've got an outline feature. So if you create a header, it will almost create a little wiki on the left side of the Google Doc. So I recommend typing, I'm not interested, bold it, make it a headline 1, boom, it pops up there. Next, it's too expensive, boom, pops up right there. Already working with someone, boom, pops up right there, right? So list out, there's only 15 sales objections, and really there's only 5 that you will run into every single time, every single day. So like, write out every single sales objection and then write out scripts to overcome every single sales objection. And I say a script, I'm a huge Tom Brady fan, like diehard. I don't follow teams. I follow people. Like, I'm from Cleveland. I'm a huge LeBron James fan. I follow LeBron anywhere he goes. I'm a huge Tom Brady fan because I love winners and people that came from like the underdog and then did whatever it takes, whatever it takes to win. Yeah. So Tom Brady, a script to Tom Brady would be like, that's just a play to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
All of these scripts and strategies are different plays. If you think about, you're playing a football game, booking the appointment, closing the sales, like scoring a touchdown. Well, all these quarterbacks, they've got hundreds of different plays that they can run, running plays, throwing plays, defensive plays, you name it. So when you're on the battlefield of sales, when you're in the sales game, you could, overcoming, you could have 10 scripts to overcome. It's too expensive. Those are different. Maybe it's a short play, maybe it's a long play. All these different scripts are different plays that you could also customize, use, transition, like cut and paste from this script and this script, and then tie it in to overcome that objection, you name it, to where I don't say you have to stick to it word for word, life or death. I say, write scripts out for every single objection, have them handy, study them, memorize them, rewrite them, write them every single day, practice every single day, and then use them as much or as little, as customized, as uncustomized as you best see fit to book the appointment or close the sale. It's not like a one size fits all. It's like, use it exactly, use parts of it, use it however you want, slice and dice. It's like you're making a dinner or something. It's like, hey, the book says I got to use some salt. It's like, okay, well, is that a fucking pinch or is that like a handful? So use each of these ingredients as little or as much as possible.
Yeah. And I so I made some banana bread yesterday. My wife and I were always joking about, the bananas going bad. And she was like, I said, we're going to make banana bread. And she's like, you never make the banana bread with this. So I was like, I'm going to make banana bread today. But like you said, you use that recipe. I substituted one of the sugar. I used brown sugar. and it still turned out fine. But it was the fact is, you're doing what's going to help. So here's what I would ask too. You mentioned that there are 5 main objections when it comes to discovery for your team. What are those top 5 objections that you're seeing over and over again, or that they're repeating, seeing happen?
Yeah, I would say sales discovery can help you avoid a lot of objections at the end of a pitch.
Sure.
So if you do great sales discovery, you could figure out where's the prospect at today, where are they trying to go tomorrow to achieve their goals, their dreams, their KPIs, their results. What is holding them back from current state to future desired state and the gap in between. And then really, like, you could go over decision maker objections, pricing objections in the discovery. And we do our discovery in the first 7 minutes of our demo.
Yeah.
So with that discovery, you can sometimes identify what's going to come in the future at the end of your demo, at the end of your pitch. So the discovery really helps you prepare, and know exactly kind of the roadmap for what you're going to need to overcome throughout the demo, and then build up value to the end of the closing. I don't know if that answers it.
Yeah.
The question again?
Yeah, you kind of hit up on it a little bit there, but as far as any of the specific ones that your team find objections.
Oh God, I mean, we run into them all, right? I would say the number one objection that anyone is going to hear is, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the number one objection that you will hear 24/7 is, I'm not interested. And if you don't have a great way to overcome I'm not interested, you're failing the number one objection to every sales call, every sales pitch, every sales email, video, you name it. Yeah. And when I hear I'm not interested, it typically means I'm not saying something interesting enough for this person to commit their time and energy to learn more from me. I have not shown them the transformation, the results, the value, the life-changing, value prop that my solution, product, service can deliver. So when that comes up, I'm not interested, I try to find out what that means. Like, I think it's always important to dig in. Like, I'm not interested. Like, well, what do you mean you're not interested? Donald, do you manage booking appointments for your sales team? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, are you happy with the appointments that the sales team is generating? Like, do you want to generate more appointments than what they're currently doing? Yeah, I do. Okay, great. Well, and like, I'll take a lot of the blame myself.
Yeah.
Like, Donald, my bad. I probably explained that really shitty, and I'm a little nervous on this call. So I purposely like lower the barrier to like put a lot of blame on myself. People humanize with other people, like when they're fucking up or they're messing up. So I humanize with Brandon when, oh, he messed up, it's his fault, he's to blame. You kind of open up a little bit. I probably explained that so bad. I'm so sorry, Donald. Look, we help sales teams automate their list building so that they can fill their calendar with 8, 10 appointments a day on the hour, every hour, and generate millions in sales. And this is how they do it, blah, blah, blah. But, right, like you do have a very biggest desire without biggest pain pitch. So I'm not interested. And then I would back it up with social proof. Oh, and by the way, Donald, we helped another VP of sales in SaaS, Dan, go from 30 million to 80 million in ARR in 7 months. We helped this guy go from 0 to 10 million in 70 days, and then try to resell the transformation, the results, the social credibility to overcome I'm not interested, get them interested, and then loop back to like, hey man, like, wouldn't that be worth a convo? Wouldn't that be worth us chatting more further about that?
Yeah. When you think about it too, like, I mean, I love the way you kind of outlined it and kind of explained it. When it comes towards, like, say, Seamless, for instance, a lot of teams might use like the account-based marketing strategy. How does that tie back to getting them leads or appointments? Because if I understand it correctly, the software and solution is able to help a sales rep just be able to get what they, build a list, but are you trying to burn through that list? Do you find people do that sometimes and say, oh, Seamless doesn't work? Or are they doing a named, account approach, or does it not matter?
Great question. They do both, right? So Seamless finds emails in direct dials and cell phones for any professional in seconds using the software. And we basically built the Google for salespeople, because I was spending millions of dollars on expensive, outdated sales databases at IBM and Google and other companies, and I wanted to blow my brains out. I was sick of copying and pasting names, titles, companies into my CRM, scouring millions of websites, looking for emails and phone numbers, getting yelled at because I never had the database with all the people I needed to sell to, you name it. So we built Seamless. And but it can be used for account-based selling.
Yeah.
Because at account-based selling, you've got the DM, the budget holder, the influencer, the users. Shit, everyone buys based on buying committees. That could be 5, 8, 10, 20, 30, 50 people at an account, right? So I would leverage what are all the titles, most important to least important. I'd build a list of everyone at that account, get their perfect emails, their cell phones, their direct dials, their insights, automatic into my CRM. And then I would run my account-based sales and marketing play there. But also, you've got a lot of like SaaS companies that are using it for like mass lists. And the best way to call and email and sell to a big list is by picking a niche to get rich.
Yeah.
So if you pick one persona in one industry with one pain point, one biggest desire, you can write a personalized pitch to that list. And when they get that email or the call or the voicemail or the LinkedIn message or the video, it feels highly relevant, personalized, and engaged to them. It lights them up like the 4th of July, like a Christmas tree, like a Hanukkah candle, you name it. And then they book the appointment and they close the sale.
Yeah. Well, no, it makes sense. As far as what does it work for like smaller organizations as well, or does it have to be a certain size that you're trying to hunt down? If I'm trying to hunt down some, small organizations in Milwaukee, Seamless.
Yeah, no, the great news is it's like asking, does Google work for searching for anything, right? Like any B2B contact at any company. Now, if you're trying to find someone who I don't even know, like B2C, it works for anyone trying to reach any B2B professional. You'll be able to type in any title at any company, get the big list, and then click the find button. And we use AI to research, validate, and verify cell phones and emails for anyone.
Yeah, that's one of the features I love. I did and I think you were sitting on spoke at the event, the virtual event in last year. Craig did in Canada.
Oh yeah, awesome. The trigger event selling. That's great.
Yeah, so he was
That's
talking.
awesome.
He mentioned your solution, and that's the first time I checked it out. And thought it was,
Thank you.
cell phone was a really cool factor. I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. So
Yeah,
we do
it's incredible, man.
But come back to the objection side as we get ready to wrap up here. We want to keep it short to that 20 minutes. But is there anything else regarding the objection that we want to make sure folks who are listening to this can know, so they can make sure as they're going out today and doing some discovery calls or reaching out to their prospect, that they can understand about objections?
I would write out every single objection in advance in a Google Doc. I'm not interested. Already working with someone. It's too expensive. Send me more info. I need to talk to my boss. I'm not the right person. What's your guarantee? I have no budget. All of these objections. And again, like if you try to create a big list, you'll only end up with 15 max.
Yeah.
So write them all out. And then I challenge you every day to write a new script to overcome at least one objection. I've got hundreds of ways to overcome it's too expensive. I've got hundreds of scripts to overcome already working with someone. No budget. I need to talk to my boss. I don't have the time. Call me back later. Send me more info. You need to become a master at this.
No, I love that. And I just put that there as a note, man. Make sure you know multiple ways to handle that one objection. Don't be a one-trick pony. Come with the insights. Brandon, we're respecting your time here. If you kind of told us a little bit more about it, but if we want to get a little plug about your software and your book, do you mind telling us a little bit more about that and where we can go?
Yeah, totally. So we talked a lot about the software. Seamless.ai is for free. So go to Seamless.ai, join for free. You'll be able to get emails and cell phones for anyone in the world in seconds. Also, you'll get my daily newsletter by going to Seamless.ai for free. And then you can get, we launched 3 books in 1 year. This is my newest book, Whatever It Takes. If you want to know the mindset and the habits to transform your business, relationships, and life, buy this book. These are all the secrets I put in this book to generate $100 million in sales, selling for IBM and Google. I built 2 8-figure companies, most recently multiple 8 figures in sales. And from nothing to multiple 8 figures, the way that I did that was leveraging the strategies and the habits from this book. So pick it up on Amazon. And then also you've got Sales Secrets on Amazon and 7-figure social selling on Amazon. All 3 books in 24 hours became a #1 bestseller. And we share this stuff to help you maximize your potential. And that's my mission, is to help you connect opportunity.
Brandon, we love that. We're going to go ahead and put that stuff in our show notes and get folks access to it. And I highly recommend you all check out Seamless as well, man. Brandon, I appreciate you taking the time to go on the show today. Thank
you. Would love to connect with you guys on LinkedIn. Hit me up and we'll talk soon. Thanks, Donald, for having me.
That was the one and only Brandon. And if you want to go ahead and connect with him and learn about Seamless.ai as well as his new book, Whatever It Takes, you can find all the details down below. Again, make sure you go ahead and hit subscribe to this YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate that. And when you go into the notes and you see all the information, make sure you connect with Brandon on LinkedIn as well. He's be there. He communicates. He takes part in social media. And you can also find him on Instagram as well. We have his Instagram handle there down below as well. If you like what you heard in this episode, apply it. Go ahead and check out his book and apply it as well. And check out Seamless.ai. As always, I bring on folks like this because I want to help you. I know they're succeeding, they have value, and they could help you as well. I want you to thrive. I want you to find more of your ideal customers. I want you to know what to say when you reach out to them. I want you to close more deals and handle those objections well. But I want you to go out each and every single day and raise your level of thinking and do big things. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing. I appreciate that. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you enjoyed the content, I ask you to go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up at the bottom right-hand corner. Also, to make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. This way, we'll keep you up to date with all the latest sales strategies, latest tools, and things that are going to help you to not only find more prospects, but to close more deals. Thanks so much.